Good morning, Indian Creek Explorers. My name is Grace. Today is Friday, August 29th, 2014. To honor America, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag for the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. Please join us for the daily moment of silence. Today they say there will be a 30% chance of rain this afternoon. The high will be 88 degrees and the low will be 66 degrees. It is currently 66 degrees. Chicken patty sandwich, breadsticks with cheese sauce, and broccoli with cheese and baby carrots. Now to Taylor with This Day in History.
This day in history, on August 29th, 2005, Hurricane Katrina, a Category 5 storm with sustained winds of 145 miles per hour and gusts reaching 175 miles per hour, hit the American Gulf shore. Katrina is the most deadliest and most destructive hurricane ever to hit the United States. The storm caused massive devastation in and around the city of New Orleans. Many of the worst problems were caused when the storm surges overwhelmed the city's levees, flooding 80% of the city. Many questions were asked about the slow response by the state and federal governments to help the people of New Orleans when compared with the response to the earlier hurricanes in Florida. Hurricane Katrina was the most costly natural disaster in American history, with damages of more than $80 billion. In all, more than 1,800 people died, and despite efforts to rebuild the city, large parts of New Orleans still remained abandoned a year after the storm. Still a year later, the population of New Orleans was less than half of what it was before the storm hit. Nearly half the city's hospitals remained closed, and half of its doctors had moved out of the area. Electricity was restored to just 60% of the city. 9 years after the floodwaters receded, New Orleans is still in transition. The city continues to rebuild and reshape itself, protecting New Orleans from the worst of the storms as possible, but the city lives on. Back to Grace.
Wow, this week's awesome word of the week is engineer, a person who designs, builds, and maintains engines, machines, or public works. 4th and 5th grade students, don't forget to turn in your recorder slips to Mrs. Gray no later than Friday. All recorders must be turned in by Friday so the recorders can be ordered. Also, make sure you turn in your skating forms and money to Mrs. Moberg so you can skate in gym. Now let's see the birthdays for today and Saturday. Don't forget to go down to the office to get your birthday pencil. That's it for the morning news. Remember, we're geared up for success. AMPD, absolutely no put-downs. See ya!